Hello and welcome to this week's Meaningful Minute. As you remember, the title of last week's Meaningful Minute was How to Keep Going When Your RV Doesn't. And oh my goodness, what an adventure we've had. So we discovered there was flooding from the kitchen sink, and we had an RV repairman ready to come out, and he came out on Monday and he was stumped. He couldn't figure out what was wrong. So he said he'd find out more information, then he'd come back. And when we arrived on Thursday, he had not come back. So we called him, he came, he actually fixed the problem, which is like a miracle. And we were so happy. And he said he'd come back the next day, Friday, and he'd put everything back together, screw in all the panels and put the drawers back in and everything. So we waited for him all day Friday, and we waited and we waited. And full disclosure, I'm not very good at waiting, and I was getting critical of him and in my mind, and he didn't come and he didn't come. But we had a friend here from Salem, and we were looking at something called Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian healing process, and there was a story about a man that actually healed everyone on a mentally ill ward just by saying, "I'm sorry, I love you." And the key is you look inside yourself to find the problem. And then lovingly you say to yourself, "I'm sorry, I love you." So I thought, well, I better do that with this repair guy because I am not loving him. So I said over and over again, "I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry for my critical attitude. I love you." And boom, he appeared. And he put everything back together. And as he was leaving, I just felt this great well of love for him coming up. And I said, "Can I give you a hug?" He said, "Sure." So I hugged him, and I thought, man, this Ho'oponopono stuff really works. So I want to study this more because it can be potentially life-changing. And so next week, I'm going to probably do some more Ho'oponopono stuff with you. And in the meantime, just say as often as you can, "I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, I love you." See what happens. Have a great week.